Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, don't forget to click like and subscribe and click on that notification bell for notifications when I share new content. And if you are a regular here, share the love with a like. Come on now, it takes one click. Today, I want to share some of the strategies, insights, and revelations that I've received over my life, throughout my life, that I'm now busy quantifying in a book. So for as long as I can remember, I have been prompted and felt stirred to write a book. I think I was, 17, 18 when I first thought about it and that this was something I needed to do. And I have written chapters and chapters and chapters of nonfiction and some fiction, and it has only been in this last year or so that I have felt true conviction around what it is I would like to share. And some of the things that the book is going to be called something like Becoming Unbreakable or Becoming Unshakable or Restored. I'm not sure yet. It's a working title, guys, so don't hold me to it. But essentially, it is a download of the strategies, the revelations, the principles that has been shared with me by our Father that has transformed the way that I live my life, the way I parent, the way I engage in relationships and friendships, the way I build businesses and coach and mentor and just participate in the game of life. And when reflecting on what to share in today's episode, I thought it'd be very cool if I could just share some of the little nuggets that I'm going to be unpacking in this world, that I'm busy unpacking in this book. And so there are three things that I'm looking at here. Let's start with becoming a day one human. Now, all of these are different chapters, so you're getting the highlight reel, but let's hope, I want it to be super helpful. Let's unpack that. What does it mean to be a day one kind of human? I want you to almost close your eyes and just think about day one of a diet, or day one of a training program, day one of a new school, day one of a new job, day one volunteering on your first ministry, day one of preaching, like your first preach, like, There is an energy of expectation and anticipation that comes with day one. And so something about that has always just given me such hope that if we found a way to live in the energy every day that a day one brings, it will completely restructure the way in which we experience life, engage in conversations, participate in activities, right? Think about it. When have you started? Think about the times you have started, and I'm going to go diet because I'm a girl, right? But we've all started something. Think about it. Think about your day one experiences. They are probably when you feel the most encouraged, you feel the most charged, you feel the most on purpose, right? And then over time, because of the nature of who we are, kind of the joy and the expectation and anticipation fizzle out as we've journeyed through life. I want to encourage you to leverage the energy and the glow and the driving force, the fuel that you get from a day one experience in your everyday life. If you just start every day with going, this is my day one day, my day one day, and you allow yourself for a moment just to be completely filled with that anticipation and expectation for the day, for what's ahead of you. Friends, I guarantee you I just tried for 5 days. Do the Jaxie Pop 5-day challenge. Wake up in the morning and say, today I am channeling my day one energy. I am expectant. I am moving with anticipation that all the things that I hope and dream for and my goals that I'm working towards, that they are within my grasp. I just need to show up in my fullness. Guys, if you just take 5 minutes in the morning and you truly saturate yourself in that, there is a recalibration in your neurochemistry that will take place in such a short frame of time that will change the way you show up in the world and in the way in which people perceive you. People are drawn to energy and hope and light, and moving in the world with hope and expectation and anticipation channels that hope and that light and that joy. So if the only thing you take out of today's episode from Becoming Unbreakable, soon to be here, let it be channeling the energy of your day one experiences for the next 5 days. Just do yourself a favor, just try that. Okay. The next little nugget that, man, this is so simple. This is so simple that it's like a duh moment. You're like, oh, I should have, like, why am I listening to her say that? I know this, right? I know this. Chickens, simple and easy are two very different things, okay? Baya on it. And so ask for what you want. Oh, that's so good. Ask for what you want. This has taken me so long to embed as a business as usual standard, both in business and in life. Cheese and biscuits, guys, the fear of rejection, and I'm personalizing here because I know that there are so many of you that share this with me, right? The fear of rejection and the fear of hearing no is so crippling that so often in my life I have not articulated and asked for what I want. And that has kept me from playing big in so many arenas. And it's kept me from life experiences, love experiences, relational experiences, career experiences, just because I didn't know, number one, how to frame properly what I want, because who actually knows what they want if they're not consciously seeking that revelation for themselves? And then articulating and asking for it. If I could equip or encourage you with just this one thing, again, it is just such a powerful tool to leverage. Spend time, take a pen and a piece of paper. And if it is a relationship you're prompted to meditate through, if it is a career opportunity, if it is a friendship that you're kind of wanting to move forward, or etc., if it is a promotion, if it is a business relationship, it is very hard to ask for what you want if you haven't clearly articulated what it is that you're looking for. And the best way to help you get closer to what you really want, because what we think we want, guys, and then what we actually want that sits beneath all of that's very often two different things. So if you take a pen and a piece of paper and you just spend time, choose your category. I've gone through a few: relationships, career, friendships, romantic, parenting, fill in the gap, and just write down like, what do I actually want here? What is it I want? Do I want deeper connection? Do I want growth? Do I need exposure in the business so that I can grow personally? Do I want that new account? What is it that you actually want? And when you know what you want, when you've been able to distill that into 7 words or less, then you have to channel your courageous self and ask for it. The only response to an unasked question is no. The only response to an unasked question is no. Which means your fear of rejection is you're self-actualizing your fear of rejection by not asking for what you want, because you're not getting it. I don't know if I could. When we play it small or we play it safe, we by default take ourselves out of the game and get the thing we fear getting the most, which is not the thing we want. So if you know that right now I don't have the thing that I want, so by default I'm already in the no, you should ask. You can just ask, because you're in the no already. So what the heck is there is such power in clarifying what it is you want through reflection and journaling. Being able to quantify and articulate that in 7 words or less, and then just knowing that by default, if you don't ask, you get the opposite. So why not just ask? It becomes a little bit less daunting. It becomes a little more freeing. We get a little bit more, vuma in the tank to start really seeking and asking for what we want. And so we spend so much time talking and very little time communicating, very little time deepening and broadening relationships by expressing our truest desires. And often, guys, when we're able to quantify and articulate what it is we truly want, and we have the courage and the revelation that it's not that difficult to ask for what we want, for a majority of the time, you are met with a resounding yes. For a majority of the time. In some cases, the response is a no. And then you can react to that no in 2 ways. No for now, or no, it wasn't the right fit. We need to recalibrate our relationship with rejection. We have to start to depersonalize it, because the fear of rejection keeps us so constrained. Okay, so ask for what you want. Reflect, understand, distill, articulate, quantify, articulate, and then know that just by default, if you don't ask, you're going to get more of what you've got, which is a no, right? So the only response to an unasked question is no. So there's no point in not asking for what you want, because you could get something different than no. You could get the yes, and 9 times out of 10, you get the yes. Yay! So if you're living in day one energy and you're being clear around what you want and asking for it, can you already feel the energy shift in your life just as you listen to this episode? Okay, now the last little nuggy nugs that I have for you that I am so passionate about. It is one of my core principles in my 10 principles for extraordinary living. And it is do something that scares you. Okay, I called it the wagging tail test. Do something that scares you. Principle number 7, no excuses, we do things scared. My daughter and I recite this to each other daily, but in moments when she's experiencing fear, I just do this, and she's like, no excuses, I do things scared. If she has to take the stage, or she's competing in something, she's 9, so it's at school, and everything can be quite scary because everything is so new, right? Understanding that fear is such an incredible driver when we use it as an indicator to vet whether we are doing something of meaning, we start to open ourselves up to lean into fear. And I'm not talking about rational fear, guys. I'm talking about the majority of fear that we feel, which is this false evidence appearing real. It's completely cerebral. It's based on our fear of rejection, our fear of abandonment, our need to belong, right? We have the fear of failure. These are kind of embedded DNA level stuff. It's our fundamental operating principle. But when we start to reframe fear, and we know that fear is this indicator that says, yes, man, I'm living life hard. I'm living life on charge. I am doing something extraordinary, because if I was on my couch watching Netflix, I wouldn't be scared. This girl ain't afraid of popcorn and binging. It's only in the moments when we are taking on something new, something meaningful, something foreign, that we experience this fear. And if we just go, Principle 7, no excuses, I do things scared, and you just do things that scare you more often, the entire baseline of the joy and the purpose and the fulfillment you experience in life is going to go like this. It is a rising of the tide. It is a resetting of your new base level. When you lean into what makes my tail wag, well, the things that make your tail wag are often things that are going to scare you because you're not doing it. So it is the tail wagging test. If you just commit once a week, once a month, once a year, do something that absolutely terrifies you. Because I promise you, everything extraordinary is on the other side of fear. And fear, man, it is the greatest indicator that we are living a fulfilled, overflowing, joyful, purpose-driven life. So I hope that these 3 little nuggets that I'm unpacking in my book have been helpful for you. I'm deeply, deeply, deeply grateful that I am a vessel through which God can share these strategies and revelations. I'm not clever enough to come up with the stuff myself. It has only been through intimacy with the Lord and spending time in His Word, spending time in prayer, seeking His face first when life doesn't seem to go the way I want it to go, where He has been so gracious and downloaded these incredible little nuggets and pearlers and strategies and principles in my heart that I now get the privilege of sharing with you. I'm so excited to share more as I start really unpacking the contents of the book. The book is going to launch in November this year, so look out for that. And if you want more of these little nuggets, guys, again, don't forget to like, subscribe, share it with your friends. Share this with everybody. And I will see you again next week. Stay blessed, stay excited, and just do something that scares you. Be a one-day kind of human being, and remember to ask for what you want.